Hi everyone, so today I want to make a comparison video between two electric scooters. On the left is the Evercross H5 and on the right is the Hiboy KS4 Pro. So those two are very similar in price. So the Evercross H5 is retailing for around, between $600 to $800. So it's kind of a mid-range price. And then the Hiboy is retailing for around also between $600 to $700. So those two are very similar in price. However, they are quite different in many ways. So which one is a better scooter for you if your budget is around $600 to $700? So first of all, I would say both of these have a seat. The Evercross have a seat as standard, so you don't have to buy it extra. It comes with the scooter. However, the seat on the Hiboy, you have to buy it separately. It doesn't come with the scooter, and you can, if you want standing up, then you just don't have to buy it to save you some money. So in that case, the Hiboy is slightly cheaper. And for the Evercross H5, I think I haven't tried myself, but some people said it's very difficult to take off the seat post, so something to keep in mind. And then for top speed, the Evercross H5 can reach a speed of up to 28 miles per hour, and the Hiboy can reach up to 19 miles per hour. So pretty big difference. 9 miles per hour difference is a lot. And the hill climbing, surprisingly, you would thought the H5 would be better, but actually they are around the same in terms of hill climbing. They both reach somewhere between 9 and 10 miles per hour on a 10% grade. So very similar. And then another difference is that the Evercross is rear wheel drive, rear motor, and the Hiboy is front wheel drive, front motor. So that's another difference. Personally, I think rear wheel drive is better, but it's not a very important thing to me. It is better with rear wheel drive. And then as you can see, the whole frame and the construction is totally different. In terms of ground clearance, the Hiboy is only like 2 to 3 inches, and then the Evercross is between 5 to 6 inches, so a lot higher. So it depends on, if you want off-roading or jumping curbs, then maybe H5 is slightly better, although I don't recommend for both of these, especially they don't have off-road tires. But on the other hand, Hiboy is much more stable because of the lower ground clearance. And I have to say, the Hiboy is more for a beginner scooter, and the Evercross is more for an advanced rider. So if it's your first time or if you're a beginner, I recommend the Hiboy more because it's a lot more stable, it's slower, and it's slightly cheaper. The Evercross, it's very unstable at high speed. You have to, hold your handlebar really tight. It's just not a beginner scooter. And then the steering mechanism, the stem is completely different as well. The Hiboy just have the traditional scooter design. It's more for usually the entry-level to mid-level scooter would have this kind of design and looks. The stem is like that. But here you can see it's completely different. The steering mechanism is totally different. So this is just regular scooter steering mechanism. But over here you can see it turns like this. The hinge is over here. And sometimes when it come out new from the box, this part can be stuck. You need to use some WD-40, which I use it myself, just FYI, and it works. So it's steered from this hinge over here, so very different. And then in terms of the headlight, the Evercross has a light which is lower to the ground. The Hiboy is up there. So the Hiboy is slightly better. It has a further distance. And then the throttle is also different. This one has a trigger throttle, which is more economic, more comfortable versus the Hiboy where it has a thumb throttle, which is more common for cheaper scooters. However, I use cruise control all the time, and the cruise control is a lot better in the Hiboy. It's a lot easier to activate. And once I use cruise control, then the ergonomic, it's not even an issue for me, in terms of which one is more comfortable for the throttle. And then the handlebar are also very different. So this one has a square handlebar in the middle, although you can still have you can still mount regular bike accessory here and here. The Hiboy, just regular handlebar, is narrower, you know, it's not as long or wide as the H5. And the H5 of course has the stem, has the, you know, adjustable height to it. You can adjust the height, and the handlebar is also foldable. You can fold down the handlebar as well, so to some people it might be a benefit, it's more portable. But for me it's not a big issue because I don't always fold down my scooter anyway. This one, of course, regular scooter stem, you cannot fold it, and no adjustable height. And then this one has a single brake lever, and the X5 has two brake lever, one for the front disc brake and the other for the rear disc brake. The Hiboy, it just one lever controls everything, so it has front electric motor and rear disc brake. However, it's just one lever controlling both. But in my opinion, I prefer the Hiboy. The Hiboy brakes a lot better and way more confident than the H5, because the H5, the disc brakes isn't very good, even though the disc is slightly bigger than that one. But it's just not very confident. You have to squeeze all the way in order to get some good braking, especially for the rear brake. And I usually use the rear brake because the front brake tends to lock up, which is very dangerous, you know, because the stability of the scooter is also not very good. If you squeeze the front brake, you have a chance to fall. Just something to keep in mind. And then I like the folding mechanism on the Hiboy much better as well. It's easier. I mean, I just prefer the Hiboy. And then the seat, the H5 actually says it's better seat. You know, the seat post has a suspension on it. This one doesn't have any suspension, and it costs $90 for the Hiboy, which is very expensive for a seat that is worse than the H5. And this one, actually I changed it out because the original seat is very hard, so I get an aftermarket seat. And you have to pay an extra 90. The seat on the H5, it comes with it, is free. And then the seat top is also very soft. This is the original seat. That one is the aftermarket seat. And then both have ambient lighting, as you can see here. The ambient lighting on the Evercross is a rainbow design. On the Hiboy is just red. So it's your personal preference. And then both have solid tires, front and rear. However, the pattern is slightly different. The Hiboy, it says it's a honeycomb. However, it's a fake honeycomb, as you can see here. The size, they are both 10 inches. However, the H5 is actually 10 inches. In reality, the Hiboy is actually closer to 9.5 inches, so slightly smaller. They overrated to 10 inches, so something to keep in mind. Also, the tire is slightly wider on the Evercross, is narrower on the Hiboy. So again, something to keep in mind as well. And then the kickstand, the Hiboy is better, you know, it's in the middle. The H5 has the kickstand on the rear wheel, which is not as stable. And the, you know, the Hiboy, it, you know, when it's standing, it tilts more to the left, and the H5 doesn't tilt as much. It's still very straight, so it might fall to the right if, you know, if there's a wind or something. So definitely better in terms of kickstand in the Hiboy. And then another thing is there's just many wires on the exposed wire on the Evercross, you know, is plug and play, so it's easy to replace. However, I mean, you know, to some people it's just too many wires. Another thing to keep in mind is that this part over here, I'm not sure you can see that, it's touching the front fender, so when you turn it, it's kind of rubbing. So it's a design flaw for the H5. Doesn't have that problem on the Hiboy. And then the deck is, the Hiboy is a lot narrower, it's around 6 inches. The Evercross is around 8 inches, so a lot wider. However, I would say the Evercross is a very cheap material. You know, those two are just sandpaper. And then the Hiboy is rubberized and looks nicer. And then in terms of the range, they are both the same. I mean, around the same, but I would assume the Hiboy is slightly more in terms of range. The battery is actually bigger in the H5, however, it's a 48-volt system. The Hiboy is 36 volts, so but the amp hour for the Hiboy is 11.6 versus just 10 for the Evercross. However, they would both get around 20 miles of real world range. and they are both rated at 25 miles range officially. So in that case, very similar. And then in terms of the dimension, they are around the same, actually, around same length, same height. However, the Evercross, I have the stem to the highest setting. As you can see, it's still slightly lower than the Hiboy at this higher setting. And you can, since this is higher, so you can only go lower. So I like the Hiboy better, and I don't need adjustable stem, you know. So, and the adjustable stem actually adds to the instability for the scooter, because if this part, if you don't tighten it enough or whatever, then it affects the steering. I just think it's, for my personal preference, I prefer not to have the adjustable stem. And as you can see, the steering column here at the top is very, very narrow. I mean, it's too narrow for my taste. And then, however, in terms of suspension, it's way better on the Evercross. It has full suspension, front and rear, and it's not the best suspension, but better than nothing. Especially front suspension is very important for a scooter. The Hiboy only has a rear suspension, however, is very useless. It doesn't have any front suspension, and front suspension is more important than rear, because the front wheel is going to hit anything first, and I couldn't even feel the rear suspension. So Hiboy is way better, and in terms of ride quality, the Evercross is much better. And then in terms of charging, both are very similar. It takes around 6 to 7 hours to fully charge from zero. And they both need a power brake. And then the Evercross has more features, as I told you already. It comes with a key, so you need a key to turn it on. So it's a safety feature. The Hiboy, just like on any other cheaper scooters, it doesn't have anything. No key or no card. And then the Evercross also has turn signals. Of course, doesn't have it on the Hiboy. However, the Evercross does not have an app. It doesn't even have Bluetooth, so no app support. The Hiboy actually has app support that you can change many different settings. The Evercross, you basically have to change everything in the P setting over here. So very different in this scenario. And then the charge port for the Evercross is down under the deck. The Hiboy is actually on this tube over here. That's the charging port. So I prefer that in the Hiboy. And then for the power, the Hiboy is rated at 500 watts, although I believe that's the maximum output. And the Evercross is rated at 800 watts. Again, I think that's the maximum output. Again, hill climbing about the same, but the top speed is a lot faster in the Evercross. And the Evercross has 3 speed mode, gear 1 to 3. And the Hiboy only has 2, so drive and sport. However, the display is much better on the Hiboy. It's much brighter, much clearer, and it's bigger. The H5, this is, I think, the universal one, since everything is plug and play. But the display is pretty bad in quality. As you can see, there's some scuff mark already, and it's not very bright, hard to see under the sun. And then of course, this one has an electric horn, and this one has a regular bike bell, which I prefer. And then this one, the Evercross, again, doesn't even have electronic braking. It only has front and rear disc brake. No regen braking, no electronic braking. So it all depends on your disc brakes. However, if you press either of the brake, it will disengage the motor, but that doesn't mean electronic braking. It just cuts the power of the motor. But the Hiboy has regenerative braking and electronic braking. But no disc brake on the front, but I don't think it matters, and the braking much better on the Hiboy. And then in terms of acceleration, they're about the same, I think that's related to hill climbing as well. Both accelerate pretty slow. Especially if you compare to, let's say, the Nightbot Max. It takes a long time to go to the top speed, especially the H5, because it has a much higher top speed. And then for downhill, the Evercross can reach up to, for me, the highest I've ever reached is around 31 to 32 miles per hour, which is over 50 kilometers per hour, which is pretty crazy. The Hiboy, the highest speed I've ever reached and downhill is around 28 miles per hour, which is also pretty crazy. Nobody ever expect that because this one is electronically limited at 19 miles per hour. If you press the throttle, it will try to keep you at 19 or maybe 20 sometimes. But downhill, if you let go of the throttle and disengage the cruise control, it can reach up to 28, at least for me. If you go to a very steep hill, you're probably gonna reach higher speed. And for conclusion, so which one is better? I mean, again, it depends on if you're a beginner or an advanced rider. If you're a beginner, definitely recommend the Hiboy. I wouldn't even recommend the Evercross. It is kind of dangerous and too advanced. If you're an advanced rider, I would maybe slightly leaning towards the Evercross. However, the Hiboy is still a good choice for even a advanced rider if your budget is around $600 to $700. So overall, if I can only pick one, I will pick the Hiboy. It's just very easy to use, very stable, very confident in everything, and probably, and I would say better, much better in terms of customer support. If anything breaks or breaks, definitely much better. I think they respond pretty quickly. The Evercross, I'm not sure, but I heard, people complaining online, there's no support online. And if I have to guess, I think the Hiboy probably lasts longer than the Evercross as well. It's just that the Evercross is much better in terms of features and top speed. So this is my review and comparison between these two. And actually, one more thing is the weight. I mean, the dimension is almost the same, but the weight, the Hiboy weighs around 38.5 pounds without the seat. And the seat, I think it weighs somewhere 4 to 5 pounds. I mean, the stock seat. And then the Evercross, it weighs around 44 pounds, and I'm not sure if that's including the seat or not because the seat comes with it. So I assume it might be including the seat. So 44 pounds versus 44 pounds because the Hiboy 38.5 plus 4 or 5 pounds is also close to 44 pounds. So around the same weight, surprisingly, if you have the seat for both. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a nice day.